This is the What Do You Know show hosted by Rio and my co-host Griff.
Yo.
Hey, what's up? Before we get to our very, very special guest, just want to let you know we got the driver's seat apparel on the table. K-Dog, shout for him.
Yo. Shout out to K-Dog off camera.
Yeah, he is off camera, but chilling tough and working hard. Not working harder, though, than our special guest. Miss Jada, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
I wish we had like a horn or something.
I'll add it later.
That I could hit. But
yeah, you want to introduce yourself?
This is so weird.
Well, this is the What Do You Know show.
This is the What Do You Know
and
show.
And the people want to know
I am
who
You Know
is.
Jada.
Okay.
I am You Know Jada. CEO / owner of UKNOW Co. Here in Indianapolis. And yeah, that's who I am.
Special game this episode. Take a shot every time you hear you know.
Not sneaker savant, not fashion guru, not coding genius expert.
I'm a few of those things.
Okay.
Newly certified.
Yeah,
I'm
newbie.
Certified.
I'm a newbie.
Tell us a little bit about that journey. Or, tell the people, because I don't know what coding is and electronics are. I'm stuck in the Stone Age, baby.
You definitely know more about a few more electronics than I do. Like, you're better with a camera, these microphones and stuff.
No.
He doesn't touch the microphone.
Griff,
you got
I
camera,
literally
though.
do not touch
I wouldn't
the
know how to
microphone.
operate that camera.
No. I need Griff for many things, but yeah, that's especially one.
I mean, I'm just doing like introductory, I would say, like software engineering, learning how to do it, stuff like that. Definitely still learning. It's a forever changing industry. So I would never say that like I'm just great at it, because there's so many different languages out there to code in. So yeah, I'm an novice.
And what inspired you to get on that journey?
I worked at AT&T for 5 years in sales, and I realized that I like the technology, but I didn't necessarily like the sales aspect of it. But I like how the technology works. So that kind of got me in there.
And I hear that it's very difficult to enter into the STEM fields, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Was it like intimidating for you to just like jump in? But because you had an interest, it may have been a little bit easier. But a lot of people out there automatically think, I can't get into STEM.
It's very intimidating.
Yeah.
It still is. Like, even looking for jobs right now, I feel like I have imposter syndrome. Like, I'm like,
really?
Do I really know how to do that? Can I apply for this? Would they really look at me? Like, because I learned so fast. It was a 3-month program, but it's accelerated. They compare it to an associate's, like how much information they throw at you. So by the end of the program, you have multiple projects that you've completed for your portfolio to show to employers. So it's definitely scary, because I'm competing with somebody and I can say that I have experience, but they might be able to say that they've been in school for the past 4 to 6 years.
Yeah, but like me and Griff, we've talked about kind of the uselessness of a lot of like half of the college. If you cut off a lot of the gen eds, and if you really just went into a particular field to get a real like degree or a mastery of a certain topic, you do not need to spend 4 years in college.
Yeah.
And really, I think it's just a money grab. Just to be
it's
real, like,
it is a finesse.
because they're getting grants from the government, and if you can make basically a 3-month program into a 4-year degree and get all of that tuition money, you're going to be sucking people dry. And I really think it's another ploy against like our generation, like to get us more in debt, because a lot of college degrees, like back in the days, like when colleges actually first started to get a hold in like America post like Civil War into the like Renaissance rebuilding, even like a lot of the great HBCUs, they were always just very focused and just getting people in and out so they can jumpstart their career and get them into a higher plane. So I think that a lot of people look at certifications like that like lesser than a college degree, but I think college degrees, for a lot of like, if we have some younger listener out there like thinking about college, optimize the route as quickly as possible and know exactly what you want to go in for.
Okay, I was gonna say, see, my nephew Jeffrey's 18. He's going to college soon. He's gonna go to IUPUI. He's gonna move out his mom's house. He's gonna live on campus. And I feel like because of what I'm doing, he's doing computer science.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
he's made his mind up, and I feel like that's because of what I'm doing. And I'm like, I don't want him to go to college and fail. And it's like, Jada, what did you do? What did you do?
Nah.
So because I didn't go to college, so I can't tell him that that's the formula.
Mm-hmm.
Because it might be the formula for him, it might not. So I'm just trying really not to put any pressure on him. Like, he made the computer science, he made that decision on his own. I didn't have anything to do with that. I was just like telling him about me going to school, and I'm like, this is great. It's challenging, but it's great.
Yeah, I would say even though university is a money grab, it's definitely an opportunity, especially at like the deeper levels of university. Like if you go in like for computer science, you start talking with grad students.
Yeah,
that's where you get the benefit, because you talk about grants. Like they're paid. Their school is paid for by grants. Mm-hmm. Like all the research they do. Like if you go to college and do like what I did freshman year, and you drop out from drugs and alcohol, then that is a money grab, because they got showed 10 grand or 20 grand or 40 grand or whatever it is at your university, and you're not getting that back, and you didn't get anything out of it, but
except for some crazy life experiences
that may or may not have benefited you. But
and to be like, that's like one of the best things about college, because you move out, you're surrounded by your peers, and you're really learning a lot more about life than you are in the classroom, to be honest with you. Like even just how to manage your time.
Yeah.
That's make responsible decisions. If you try, you fail sometimes.
That's why I tell him, I said organization and time management are going to be your best friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Because I even learned as an adult, I'm like, damn, that's all I needed.
Mm-hmm.
All I needed was time management and organization, and life can be great.
Building relationships is another great part of college too.
Yeah.
I know I was telling you like,
meet.
Yeah, well, like I failed macro econ once. I almost failed it again, but I had basically taken it for 2 semesters in a row, went to all the study sessions, and I got like 4 points bumped up. Because if you missed one question, it was like 4 points, because I think it was like a 30 some odd question final. So I like missed it by 1, and he bumped me up to a C-. I'm like,
Get out of here.
It's all, I mean, that's another great thing about college, is building relationships with teachers that you really appreciate, that have been in the field for a long time.
For sure.
Yeah, like, and this is a good transition too. Like when I just got into college, I was telling K-Dog this in our show, that the first week I met like one of the most tenured professors, and she was like, yo, you want to do fashion design? I'm like, yeah, I want to make clothes and streetwear and all that stuff. And she's like, well, what's streetwear? Get to talking to her a little bit about it, and she was like, oh no, you want to get into apparel merchandising, learn the business, because if you're going to do fashion design here, you're just going to be making dresses and like all that stuff. And so for me, I really wanted a brand, like ever since you and Elijah really put me on it, because like we met at Crispus Attucks in the 6th grade, and I didn't know nothing about I didn't know nothing about clothes being fresh, nothing like that, until like I met you guys. And then after I graduated from college, we had a great opportunity to start something.
Oh yeah.
Give the people your perspective on how UKNOW Co started.
Oh. It was funny, because I came to Rio like, I want to make clothes, this is what I want to do, and like I got a meeting with this manufacturer soon, and like here it is. And I felt like he kind of took the idea and was like, this is not how you do it. No.
That's
what I felt like at the time.
When she said da-da-da, she was leaving out some crucial details, like buying a whole screen printing machine and having it in her spare bedroom.
I wanted to do things differently. I wanted to source all our own stuff. So I wanted like us to have our own print machine and stuff like that.
What's the downside to having your own print machine?
Well, just the fact that you have to have like a million different inks, and you have to have a giant.
I see.
The feasibility for what we knew at the time, it just wasn't there.
We.
Oh, you've grown a lot too.
I initially was like, that's kind of a crazy
too in this past
idea.
Year. And now that we went to see Alan, and don't do that. Don't do that.
ICS Inks.
Yes, ICS Inks. Shout out to them.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely sees it too. That if we could get like a space and we were out there and it was popping enough to where we could fund it, we would definitely be better off doing it ourselves.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were just talking about just starting out. And I think I thought you were going to touch on the roots of Justin, with how he kind of had made the idea. Like, that's the root of it.
Like, it really started off as a couple sketches Justin had. And so, yeah, I basically skipped over how it hatched to me bringing it to Rio.
Right.
Okay.
So how it hatched is like, yeah, Justin like had this design, and we had talked about like wanting to do clothes before, and I was just kind of telling him like, let's just try to see if we can get it made. Like, it's literally like the worst we can do is be told no and have to go back to the drawing board. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like Justin he was in and out of deployments at the time, so he needed an outlet too. And I just felt like, with people around me that are creators, I feel like they kind of get to, like, at the time they kind of got to feed off of me, and I'm like, this is stuff that I can be doing myself. Like, people who make clothes like hit me like, do you like this, or like, like, would you wear this, stuff like that. And I really didn't think too much into it. And I'm like, hold on. If I can like pretty much be a tastemaker or foresee something popping and doing this and doing that, then why can't I just make it myself?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And even buying clothes and realizing like, I don't like this. I wish I could change it in this way, or I'm looking for a certain item and it's not available.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we certainly gone a long way since our initial conversations where you thought I was just shooting you down. Like I said, building relationships is one great thing you learn in college, but it's just a fact of life. And we had a relationship built for a long time, but now we had entered into a business partnership relationship. And I think it has been like rocky at times, but overall pretty great. What would you think?
I think so too. Yeah. I would say it's definitely been some times that I've been like, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't know if we should be doing this.
Does it feel
it's been
like
rewarding?
Those conflicting times have made things like grow more, or I hear the stories of like when people go through hard times together, then that foundation becomes even more solid. Do you guys think that those rocky times have given you more to grow as and co, or is it just like just some odd situations that need to be overcome?
Some odd situations you have to overcome. I think both is true, to be honest with you, because we're still going. Like, we're a young brand. Like, the odd situations are still going on, and the building like pressure.
There's gonna be a lot of more odd situations.
Hell yeah, exactly. And I was thinking like pressure always makes diamonds. That's how when you face adversity, you get stronger.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that any of those situations has brought us closer though.
Okay.
Because I feel like we've always been pretty close.
Okay.
And then Justin's my brother, so I mean, it doesn't really get any closer than that. I would more so say it's grown me like as a person.
Solid.
Because we have like we're pretty similar in a lot of ways, but we have different temperaments.
Oh yeah.
And just I think when you kind of expand your mind, like when you work with someone like on a close level like that, you definitely grow. Like, I think we've grown closer just because I understand you a lot better now. I think I understand you better now than I ever have. And I don't think that's a result of the time frame that we've been friends. I think, yeah. Because like I said, with the business, I mean, we're continuing to grow individually. And through those adverse situations, get calluses on our hands, get tough skin on our back, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think like another thing, just building off the building relationships idea, especially as we've built our relationship, as we continue to grow together. Very lucky that we were able to bring John into the fold, who really is our mastermind of taking Justin's ideas and breathing life into them. I just wanted to kind of shout him out too. especially as like shout out to
John.
John.
Huge shout out to John.
He doesn't have any more social media plugs that I can give him.
He's just John.
Yeah. If you see designs that you really like that come from UKNOW Co, or even the What Do You Know show logo, hit up John for sure. He's working on his own graphic novel right now. Actually.
Yeah, he does have an email, so he can be contacted.
He does have an email. He does have a phone. And he's open to commissions, and he has his whole idea list. Anyway,
is he now?
Yeah.
Okay,
He's cemented all of his standards in pricing too.
Give you some art, huh? Get you.
We'll see.
Don't put Aaron's information on blast. Yeah. But anyway,
everybody.
Save that for the last segment. No, but that's just a key part of starting a small business, because we also shouted out Alan earlier. Like you need, and that's kind of why UKNOW Co is really important, because we really want to bring all the different people to help us build our project, bring it to life. You have to bring those people into the fold. You have to find the right people to work with, because maybe you want to talk about the first manufacturer that we have for the first drop.
Oh my God. They are going to remain nameless. It was just, we were telling them what we wanted done, and we're basically getting suggested things that we never, like, we didn't say we wanted that, or this is not.
They were trying to upsell you.
And I'm like, no, I wouldn't even say upsell.
Really?
Yeah, like it was some stuff that they just like plainly kind of just told us not to do. Or like, we don't suggest it because it's this time of the year. People may not wear this. And I'm like, this, wow. Yeah. And I'm like, come on, we know our audience, and we're just coming to you to tell you, these are the designs we have. These are the garments we want. Put these designs on these garments, and we're going to pay for them. I feel like it's as simple as that.
But I was saying a crucial thing I want to add too, because you got to get some behind the scenes, since we're talking about our experience here, so people can learn. I'm basically handling the communications with these people, because I'm like, more polite. I'm a little bit more reasoned with my responses.
Let's put it like this. When it comes to something like this, like something methodical, he is going to be way more tactful in communication than I am. I'm going to be very cut and dry. Let's do it like this.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
This is not what we want. That's not what we wanted. It's not what we asked. I'm still going to start the emails with good morning. I'm still going to, but he's going to be very polite. Like, when I hear the word meek, I think of Rio.
The meek shall inherit the earth.
Yeah, meek shall. Yeah,
yeah. But I actually.
But he's the epitome of that.
I remember driving home from work one day, I was having our communications with. Should we say the name?
Please don't.
Let's just say person X, and then Jay was like, "Well, I don't know why you're capping for person X," and I said, "What's capping?" And and then she laughed. Her whole level, I brought her down like way, because I really didn't know what she was talking about. And she's like, "Well, capping means that you're defending someone over,
To be fair, a 14-year-old explained capping to me like 3 months ago. So
Thank you. That's why me and Griff run this show.
I said it in a different, because you got capping, which is lying. I said you're caping for her, which is more like you putting on your cape.
You're being a hero for her.
Yeah, okay. And I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to let her know.
See, I still don't know.
Let her know, and I'm like, you're really caping for her right now, and I don't like that.
And that's another thing too. It's like you can't just have like yes men or people that like just always gonna agree with you, because you need a little bit of pushback. Because like for instance, sometimes I'll have ideas and Jada just be like nah, and then she'll kind of give me a different way to think about it. And I'm like, oh, that's hot.
Or sometimes I'll be like, this is how I want it. He be like, but still, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, so yeah. It's definitely times that I'm quick to say no, that he might, okay, let me reel her back in.
Because like, to be honest, like you're like you and Justin are more the creative geniuses, right? And I'm kind of just like the guy who just handles things.
I feel like he's like all things logistics.
Yeah, just like an operations type of a person.
The old school operations, like, okay, you want to transfer to East Coast? Okay,
Oh my God.
I got you.
No, Griff, that's not what we're talking
Running
about.
the boards, logistically though, like as an analogy, you running the boards.
Yeah, and Jada was talking about how organization is really key. We find that like every day, like us creating the agenda, I think was a really strong, just because it's free Google Doc service that you can go like, and that's for anything. Like you could with your own personal life, because you can just keep an update list of things. Like maybe you want to do something with maybe some of your family members. Maybe you want to get together with some. Like we have our agenda too. Yeah. We have I basically, did you look at it?
I looked at it and I was like, I don't know anything about anything on here.
I basically put a gang. I organized all the different type of topic ideas and just put a gang load of stuff in there. Like, I want to cover this. And I had no time frame. I'm just like, I'll let Griff pick because I can riff on any of this stuff for days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you always need a Rio in your circle, basically, is what I'm saying. No.
Yes.
And, no, but you always need a Griff too. Because when I work with you, Jada, it's really like you set the tone and then I kind of mold the pace of it. With Griff and me, it's just like Griff is just like, okay, all right, no,
and then things
that's
get
whack.
done.
Yeah, that's whack.
You say that
all the time.
Oh goodness.
Because Griff,
I never tell him that.
But the thing is,
I never tell him that.
The thing is, like, I can just tell Griff anything too, and Griff's just we're like two rubber walls. It's just stuff just bounces.
I never tell him that.
You're like plexiglass, but certain things can break it, and then you got shattered glass.
And
you gotta
I'm
pick
like,
up. So I actually kind of wanted to get into just some of the highlights and the lowlights of UKNOW Co and our experience. What do you say is like? What do you want to start with?
Start with lowlights.
Yeah.
Start with lows.
And we have to have different ones. So you give your lowlight and I'll give one.
Okay.
I'll try to think of one different
My
one.
lowlight was the whole situation with the Pattern Magazine.
Yeah, for sure.
Event. That was a lowlight. I felt a lot of ways that I feel like I can't say. I feel like I can't say. Overall, it just, I wouldn't say I regret doing it because I learned a lot doing it. I learned to be more flexible. I definitely learned to be more flexible and still doing that event. But I learned to trust my gut too. Mm-hmm. And my gut told me not to do it.
But we did it.
But we did it anyway.
Okay. So you just kind of contradicted yourself there. Okay. One thing about the Pattern show though, and I was listening because we met Jalen from the Brothers Guys podcast. Yeah. I think I've shouted it out twice now. Shouts out to Jalen. We had a really good talk. Yeah.
That was fun.
And I was listening to our podcast that we did with him. And there was a point where I had said, and I really didn't get to elaborate on it. I was just like, this is why we can never record our meetings. Jada just said out her own mouth, there's a lot of stuff she feels like she can't say because then it would lift the veil on some of this stuff. But let's just suffice to say that it didn't go exactly how we wanted it to go. And with you really having a strong vision and a mind for exactly what you want, sometimes things don't go exactly the way we want it to. Like we really don't have to retell the story because me and K-Dog went through the whole thing basically on our show.
Oh, so it is that story. That's what I figured it was. That's what I figured it was.
No. That's not what I'm talking about though.
Well, that's what I'm talking about because
that's your low light?
It was
No. I have to create a different low light now.
To be as real as possible, but not like divulge for real. It was us arriving there and seeing the venue.
Yeah, it was horrible.
And I'm like, this is not me. This is not Rio. This is not you. This is not UKNOW.
By the way, like
Elijah
put in our group. Breeze put in our group chat. Breeze, your favorite human abstraction.
I didn't get this shirt, so if you can make like 10 more, that'd be great.
Streaming on all platforms. But anyway, he put in the group chat, yeah, I'm about to do this shoot with Pattern Magazine. I couldn't even get excited for him.
Yeah, I'm like,
I was like, I hope that goes well.
Yeah.
But I would have to say that the low light for me was this whole virus situation going on and kind of putting everything on a lockdown and a slowdown. But it's actually also my highlight because John, our graphic designer, was unemployed, and I was able to, since I was still working at the time, like put money in his coffer and just put a lot of designs. We'd have like a lot of designs just on hold right now, and he was just telling me it help him buy groceries. So that was like it's a low light for me because we had to slow down. The whole world basically slowed down, but we were still able to like have things waiting and then keep John, and he just bolstered his whole desire to keep working for us and solely. He was telling me he just wants to work solely for us one day, like his own stuff, but then commissions like slowly just us.
I want us to get there though. Like I want it. Like for instance, I gotta get you this book because you still haven't read it. Bobby Hundred's book.
Oh, okay.
It's just the hundreds. They have the blueprint. Seriously. Because they literally they have a huge ass store in LA, and most of the store. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, I'm now cognizant of it because of Keenan's show. But anyway, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Most of it is like their own warehouse, so they make all their stuff there.
Really?
Like all of it, and then the rest of it is showrooms to come shop. And they were like, when the riot started, they were one of the only stores on that strip to not get hit. But Bobby like does so much for the community though.
Were they based in LA? Where are they based?
LA.
So the store is the warehouse then.
Yeah. And yeah, like it was more than the like just COVID-19 that kind of paused work for me in general. Yeah. And I'm kind of just like getting back into it, reading his book lately. I've been reading his book again the past like week or so. Has been like breathing life back into what I want to do.
Thanks.
So it's been really eye opening. Like especially with everything going on socially. He said something about stores and stuff getting hit, and he's just like, why would you be surprised that the kids are stealing bear bricks and calls and clothes? Like we are the ones who taught them that like the hoodies and the sneakers and the streetwear and stuff is important. They're not down the street robbing the banks. They're not.
Well, they can't.
They're not breaking into the libraries like stealing books. Like, so.
Well, that's interesting. I would like to get into that a little bit more, but just give me your highlight. What's your highlight?
My highlight is that second round of clothes that we got produced. Just the overall difference in quality, the overall difference in ideas, the variety of ideas. I didn't realize we were capable of that. Like, from the first drop to that, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, what you're wearing
this is a way more cohesive piece of work.
Yeah.
Than the previous one.
Mm-hmm. Like what you're wearing is emblematic of that. Yeah. Huge shift in design quality, and then also switching manufacturers played a huge role.
And quality overall of the garment.
Working with people locally, I think that's just the best way to build anything, starting from the ground up. If like when we get bigger and stuff like that, I don't want to have to outsource. Yeah. I want building jobs in America and helping people around us is. I think that pays dividends, even if it has a higher marginal cost to production, as a way better, like it's a ethical boost too. It's a morale boost because we're helping somebody, whether it's like $10 for a shirt or $2 for a shirt, we're not taking advantage of low ethical standards in other countries. We're helping people around us build. And ultimately, I think if a lot of Americans had that idea, our economy we would get out of like this recession really quick, because it's about to be really bad. Actually, it's projected to be worse than the 2008 recession. It probably already is, but yeah. So we had to take a break. We're bringing in a very special guest.
What, Josh? What do you need?
Oh, what's up, guys? I just want to say I'm a fan of the show, man. I've listened to you for years, Rio, man. It's just awesome to. It's awesome to finally get to talk to you, man. I don't know what to say, man. I can't believe this is happening. I'm over here sweating, man.
Oh, I'm so glad we have ardent fans like you out there, Josh. You make the world go round for the What Do You Know show. Always question what do you know.
Shout out to Skrilla Green.
Skrilla Green making a special guest appearance.
Bye, Josh.
And that was perfect. That was a great little detour, Josh. That was Jada's little brother. Huge source of inspiration for both of us.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah.
Inspiration for what?
What?
Inspiration for what?
Everything. Josh is just, oh man,
He's
Renaissance
piece of
man, piece of work. So yeah, Griff. We've had some. I think we've talked about it maybe once on this show, but like the reception that your family's given the UKNOW Co clothing line, greatly appreciated. We love the love.
My family is in need of plus sizes, and they
Like
will not let me live
double,
it down.
like double.
They
we need to
will
get a
not
double
let me
X.
live it down. Everybody wants.
They won't let me live it down.
2XL?
Yeah.
2XL?
XL, 2XL, maybe some 3XLs.
They need
extra small.
They need a little bit of
Like
everything.
I don't know
I'm not
why,
gonna
but
lie
like
to
all
you.
the people in my family are
Who needs extra
outside of
small?
the average range of clothes.
Who
for
does
some
extra
reason.
small?
Alexis.
No, she doesn't.
You're right. She's a small. But she asked for an extra small for some reason. Maybe
She's
it was.
bigger than
I think it was
me.
for a TA, like friends and family. Like we just have all types, all
We
sizes.
got all kinds of love.
If you guys get me a UKNOW Co hat, I can replace this thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. We do have some designs I was thinking could work on a hat. I don't want to spoil anything for the people out there.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Oh.
I have a question.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm just gonna ask it on air. So
Oh,
that
okay,
I'm not
sure.
responsible.
Oh God.
Okay.
Asking it on air would make you responsible, but go ahead.
No, but I mean, you have to give an honest answer. You guys let me know where you're at. So I feel like with everything going on socially, I've been trying to figure out when is a good time to jump back in. And then I'm like, if we do jump back in and we're about to like, okay, here are designs. This is what we got coming up. This is what we doing. Do we need to put out a statement about what's going
Well,
on?
we talked about that a little bit before, and especially with our show, Griff, we've talked about just, well, I mean, I'm going to be airing it out just basically on Instagram for our show, but we have episodes stacked on deck, like ready to be dropped, and I want to drop them this weekend because I've been pushing it back basically because this whole evolution of the Black Lives Matter protests and then unfortunately the turn of rioting, like it's really put the nation on edge, especially because of the whole virus situation that's been bubbling for like the past 3-4 months now.
Yeah.
Something kind of crazy.
It started
like that.
at the end of March, so
And,
we're hitting 3 months.
Yeah. I think definitely because, well, let's just be real honest. Griff was like, I don't care. We don't even need to put out a statement.
And that's how I feel about it. It's like I wouldn't put out a statement because my life hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped.
I feel like this. I feel like I'm black, so it should just be assumed that I'm with the revolution. You know, so
I wouldn't make that assumption, but I can see your point of view
and
on that.
because I mean, you know, I will post stuff on my personal Twitter, but I've never gotten on ours, like the UKNOW Co Twitter, and post anything or the Instagram.
Thank goodness.
And,
No, I'm just kidding.
no, like seriously though, thank goodness, because I just want to make it clear that my views are not,
Yeah.
Right.
you know, so but I do want to make it clear that we are a black owned business and that we understand what's going on, and you know, we're standing in solidarity.
Yes.
But you know what, this is something I've been thinking about. There's all kind of companies that are just coming out and saying, oh,
Yeah,
you know,
like,
oh, just please, black people, don't stop shopping with us
because they want the black dollar.
Yeah, exactly. And I find a lot of them to be disingenuous at best, and then just dishonest at worst. Do you really care, or are you just watching the social trends and saying, you know, oh, let's go, Sony, they're like a Japanese brand. I know they have a huge American market, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. Japan is like one of the most homogenous societies that there is. Like, they're completely a world away from these issues, and now they're gonna put out a statement. And then like Target, they had gotten hit, like, and they were like, oh, we're good, like, don't worry about it. Like, it just seemed kind of odd to me.
Well, the thing, I don't think that was odd. Just because Targets were the first one to do it. Like, Target got hit, and the CEO was just like,
you think they'd be a little bit critical of this stuff,
we're a $1 billion company. We understand what's going on. Because the thing is the riot at Target started because people were getting like tear gassed and maced, and they were going in there for supplies, and employees at Target wasn't selling it to them. So he put out a statement like, we're not with that. So like what happened. And after that, I'm like, it's just been a whirlwind of everybody like following along. And I'm like, no.
Here's what I think. I think it's important to make a statement only if like companies are taking actions that matter. So like I'm not in any retail industry, but like at my company, like they had a day of solidarity about everything that happened. And they basically said, hey, if you need to take the day off to not work, then do so. But I mean, more than that is they've allowed people of color to have conversations about the way things are affecting them. And we have a bunch of interns coming in right now. One of them was like, like I'm really glad that I'm at a company that allows me to have the conversation and not have to have a backdoor conversation.
Yeah, because you want to ask an employer that, like, I want to be able to say, okay, what have you been doing towards...
Well, even more than that,
quite honestly,
this directly contrasts to like a friend of mine who just started working at a new company, and he said they haven't said anything at all.
Yep, that's how it probably would go in my company.
And he's like one of 2 black people there, so he's like super uncomfortable in a town where it's like majority black people. It's a really weird thing to not talk about, and so I think it's important to make a statement, but whatever your statement is, just make it match whatever your actions are, right? I'm not gonna say, hey, I stand for Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, and my black employees can't talk about how current events are affecting their work. Like that doesn't add up.
Back to that disingenuous
exactly.
Factor.
So if the statement is we're not gonna stand for solidarity, then let that be the statement. Of course, nobody would make that statement unless they didn't have anything to lose. But like,
I think I just saw a controversy about Starbucks, like not allowing Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, they tried to say, they said
like a
they
day
said
later.
that they weren't allowing people to wear stuff because they didn't want anyone to be targeted. And a girl who worked for Starbucks tweeted them and was like, but you let people wear, but you have shirts for Pride, you have shirts for LG, yeah. So that's when they put out the statement saying that they were going to have their own Black Lives Matter T-shirts because she's like, you can't represent them.
And not represent us.
Yeah. Which
game.
I was like, that's a damn good point. Like when I was like, whoa. I was like, that was loaded. And I didn't even think of that because I don't go to bleep Starbucks. So I was just like, I don't care what they wearing in that.
Posh people go to Starbucks.
Because they're not getting my money. They're not getting my money. I don't give a damn what they're wearing.
I don't even think you drink coffee, do you? You just got that natural drive. You got that natural energy, just brimming with confidence.
It's disgusting.
Coffee's disgusting?
Yes, I just think it's so nasty.
It's good, but I stopped drinking it because you start to get dependent on substances and nutrients that really your body can produce.
Get dependent on anything. So
yeah, exactly.
With that, what's next for UKNOW Co?
Yeah, we're getting the ball rolling. Like I was saying before we got on air, today's my first day back at work.
First day back in the office. Welcome back.
Are we going to have a meeting later?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. I would like to have a meeting, say Saturday.
Let's go.
On Monday or Tuesday.
Do I have permission to show one of the designs like at the end of the show?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I'm just going to flash it for like a second, like after the credits roll, basically. I have a little intro and outro. I just bring in the What Do You Know label, or What Do You Know show label, and I bring it out to some funky music provided by Breeze. Your favorite human abstraction, available on all streaming platforms.
Is it too early to ask?
He is the ultimate plug. He is the ultimate plug.
Driver's seat NBD on the table.
When can we expect the next drop? Is it too early?
Too early to tell.
It's too early to tell, but soon.
What can we expect in the next couple of months?
Can I talk about some
a lot of
stuff?
ideas?
Yeah. I mean, we've only released apparel thus far, and from the first drop to the second drop, we've diversified, like getting into jackets and just making every design unique. Because of the first run, we only had 3 designs on 3 different types of apparel. We basically just changed the colorway of the apparel. On one of them, we made one of the like violet red ones into a green, which was Jada's total great idea. Which I thought it was weird at first. I was like,
I'm telling you, it's just
I was like green on orange.
About it. The green and orange is just something about it.
Yeah, and it was hot. It was hot. It was hot. But basically what we're thinking of. Well, it was hot. Like I said, I think I said that 4 times now. But we are really excited to start getting into producing things that aren't apparel. I could leave it at that, or if you want to go into a little bit more, like of
That's-
Oh no, we
like-
can get like get into it. Like
You guys making cheese?
no,
What?
like prints.
Did you say cheese?
Yeah, you just said things
Yeah.
that aren't apparel. Like,
Yeah.
what could that be?
But,
You know what? That's a
like
great
prints.
idea.
He mentioned magnets.
That's a great idea.
We want like stickers. We just want it to
Chains?
be.
Too much?
Well, that's a little. I was thinking about maybe what is it? Acrylic pins or something like that. I think it's called acrylic. What is it called? Something like that.
But yeah, the kind of like
metal
stuff you can
pins.
pin on to your,
Yeah. Keychains, like, I mean, they're easy and cheap to produce, but well, for instance, I love keychains.
Yeah.
But I don't see you really rocking keychains, so I don't think.
Patches?
They're okay.
Well, we would rather we
I'm
have patches on our
we
apparel.
put patches on apparel.
Yeah. Why? Well, you're talking about like what a iron-on type thing.
I don't know. Iron on, sew on.
That's kind of.
Yeah.
We're not really into that. Like, I know a lot of skater people are into like making their clothes, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like bedazzling their own clothes with stuff. But
Wow.
we would rather.
I don't remember the last time I seen something, but that's.
Jeez.
No, I'm saying like we would rather just release apparel that has patches on it, and like getting into like manufacturing clothes and the cost of production, getting like quality embroidered patches is pretty expensive. So
Yeah.
like I said, we would rather we would rather not just create patches. We would rather just make a whole piece,
Yeah.
something for your collection, something that you're really gonna like actually value. Instead of just slapping it on a backpack. And we were like, what'd you put that on a backpack for?
Well, if you guys make acrylic pens, I will sign all of my digital checks with them.
No, like pin on the
a
shirt.
pin for your shirt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
Pens for the shirt.
oh God,
Whatever.
Dude, but pens.
I don't want to make pins.
One day I hit Jada with like a bunch of like crazy stuff like tote bags and pens and shot glasses. And those shot glasses, I'll buy
If you
them.
make it, we will buy it.
They will come.
Yeah. It'll sell out.
Dude, the shot glasses are a great idea.
Yo, my sister likes to drink.
I want to
Give
say,
her, a
Kendall,
shot
you're about to
glass.
see Kendall come out with those driver's seat
know,
shot
Yeah,
glasses,
he's about to
and
make
we're gonna
driver's seat everything.
and we're gonna lose out on that. Yeah, no, it's hard to innovate, like, because Pat's what he's doing, because he's making all of his. He's got. I remember. I mean, K-Dog is sitting over there. He's off camera, but he showed me this list or this whole page of illustrated designs. I was like, oh
yeah,
my
he
goodness.
just. That's what he do.
Grinding.
That's what he do.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to
That
talk about
computer is
too.
full of stuff.
He's over there grinding. I mean, we already had Josh on. We already had one special guest. I think the indie scene is really blossoming. Like, especially since a couple years ago they started Shrees. I think that was like really key for the city.
Streets, yeah.
Yeah, just the emergence of talent popping up all over the place, and we even have a podcast scene. I didn't even know we had a podcast scene. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling you, it's a podcast right here. You was like, what? I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I feel connected to the Brothers Guys podcast because that was our first appearance. We got to start doing like other shows and stuff like that too. I'm glad I finally got you on the show. But
it's one show I want to do. I'm gonna hit him up like this. I was skeptical. I was like, should I hit him and ask him? And I'm like, I want to wait and see if he'll ask me. But it's one show I want to do.
Speaking of just people that
I'm not
run a
gonna
show,
say.
we would love it if people just hit us up. And I'm sure they will.
Oh yeah,
eventually.
I'm like, yeah.
Well, we can get into like some just fun, like random topics, or if there's any more that you kind of wanted to get into with UKNOW Co or your life story, and because if people want to know what you know about Jada, like, what else can you tell them?
I don't know.
Oh, geez.
I mean, I'm not that good at talking about myself.
I know Jada's so humble,
I'm more
especially the more you get to know her, the humbler she gets. You know, you're not gonna meet a more salt of the earth type gal. I'll tell you what.
I hope he's not being sarcastic. I feel like he is. I feel like he is.
You be
and
the
that's
judge.
Okay.
Favorite Dragon Ball Z villain, or GT, or Super, or even Dragon Ball.
Villain?
Yeah, villain.
Oh. Woo.
Contentious debate.
No, not even that.
debate.
I gotta go with. This is hard. This is hard. I gotta go with Perfect Cell. Yeah.
I'm
Perfect Cell.
I'm actually a little bit surprised you didn't go with Goku Black.
Man, I love him,
A
but
little bit.
Perfect Cell is like the original.
Have you ever heard him in Spanish?
No.
Oh, he sounds so good in Spanish.
Oh my God.
I'm not even gonna imitate it, but it sounds good in Spanish. It really does. We gotta watch it.
I gotta watch it after this now.
Griff.
Favorite villain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Goku
well,
Black was
everything.
so hard. I hate you. Keep going.
Part of me really wants to say like OG Frieza,
Of course.
but I'm in a Majin Buu mood today.
I'm about to
There
say
you
Kid
go.
I'm in a
Buu.
Majin Buu mood
No,
today.
Kid Buu, man.
I love it. Now
The whole spectrum
Kid
of
Buu's
Buu,
the
the whole
hardest.
spectrum of Buu, because he went through a transformation
Kid
Yeah.
Buu's
of
the
like,
best one.
ironically, Kid Buu was probably the least kid-like, whatever. But like, yeah, Buu the villain, his whole arc.
What about you?
Fucking
Frieza.
love
We
Buu.
already we've made the full
Yeah.
circle here. It's
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
be Frieza. You can't tell me that because Dragon Ball Z starts off with the whole backstory. Ooh, they're Saiyans all from a different planet. They got all this back lore that was never ever explained in Dragon Ball, and it all culminates with the person that destroyed their planet. And we see Vegeta cry, and we see like there's too many good moments with Frieza that can't really be taught for me. Because what
I
did
never
Cell
liked
do?
him.
Oh, he sucked up some people,
I
got
never
some
liked him.
androids.
He
like-
followed his directive, okay? And
Yeah, I
that's
know.
what-
Well,
That's why I
I
like Cell. He's like, I'm here to get the job done.
yeah.
love Future
Really?
Cell.
No.
I love
Super
Fut-
Android 17.
So you are a GT fan.
Oh my God, I forgot about him.
She
He
is
was
a
really like,
So
I'm
much
here to
trash.
get the job done.
No,
Yeah.
he was trash.
He can. He got the job.
Super
done.
Android 17 was not
He
trash.
got
He
the
was
job
the
done.
extra android
Oh, he
that
was so
never
tight.
was. The
Oh, he was
extra
so
an-
tight.
What
That
I-
outfit was so hard.
Dude,
His outfit was hard.
he
His
killed
outfit was
when he
hard.
killed Krillin, and Krillin really died. That's what's great about GT. Because
Yeah, they was getting
yeah, number 4 by the way. For
Oh
you.
my God.
GT is way better than Super. I want everybody to debate me.
No.
I will die on that hill.
You gonna get
Easy.
us he gonna get us canceled before
Nah,
we can
it's
even
so-
get off the ground.
It's so easy.
What I like about Frieza is that he is like the man with the plan. He's got this empire he's trying to run. Like he was intentionally evil, top to bottom.
Yeah.
But what I love about Boo was that he was created as just this thing, and he was like indiscriminately everybody. He literally
I
destroyed.
love how you just stopped yourself
He
there.
destroyed the universe.
Yeah, he did.
And they had to stop. He got, what was it, like 3/4 of it years ago? Like Frieza was going to run the universe, but only what Boo left him to run.
Right.
Boo.
No, I
The
feel you.
indiscriminate evil.
I feel you. And I like Boo's redemption too. After they split Evil Boo and then
Lame.
Fat Boo,
That was
and
so
then
lame.
he saved like
Oh, we're
Vegeta.
gonna
and
keep him around and he's part of the family. Yeah. No. It's not tight. It's nothing tight about it. You been reading Attack on Titan?
no, not recent.
Damn.
I'm maybe a chapter or 2 behind.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
so you're pretty current.
I'm really current.
This is
yeah,
crazy.
Well, hold up. No, we can't get no spoilers out on the
I'm not
show,
gonna spoil
man.
it.
Attack on Titan, I think is.
Did you watch the new trailer?
No.
Oh,
I actually.
say that.
No, that's cool. It's whatever.
I think I can
Griff,
say that.
Griff got you, but Attack on Titan is a little overrated. I'm not gonna lie to you.
More than a little.
It's a little overrated.
wow.
More than
Yeah.
a little.
Y'all are crazy. We're not even gonna get into that then. Never mind. Thanks. Thanks, guys. For your opinions.
I think like it what it
it's
lacks.
so hard. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say.
I just don't like how they build up strong characters only to have them have like an unfitting end, like a just kind of.
You don't think Irwin's end was
Well, no,
unfitting?
bro. First of
That
all, he
was
should have never went
crazy.
out. It never should have went to. We won't know spoilers if y'all are
Spoiler
behind. But it shouldn't. Have, well, I mean,
No,
even in
that's
the
already,
anime.
that's already been on the anime.
But I mean, if people haven't seen it yet, but I'm just
They've
saying
seen it.
something went to Well, I mean, you already said he died, so never.
It's been it's been almost 2 years.
We'll put a spoiler
I've seen
alert
it.
in the comments.
They've seen it.
Okay, but yeah, Attack on Titan a little overrated. What's your
Whatever.
that's your favorite thing to watch right now? What's your favorite thing to watch right now?
Favorite thing to watch?
Yeah, or read.
They're all on hiatus right now. Everything's
Is
on
it
hiatus.
One Piece or is it Berserk?
You can't ask that question.
I can.
Dude,
That's what
One
I'm-
Piece is trash. I hate it. It's
We're
so
gonna edit
kiddie.
that out.
It's so kiddie to me.
Have you got through any One Piece?
She's seen like the first 3 episodes.
No. I've watched more. I've watched way more.
Okay, what'd you get?
Watch way
What'd you
more.
get to?
Um,
You didn't get to the nitty gritty.
no, I started.
It's
I
hard to
picked a
start.
random spot.
Oh,
It was maybe around 200 something, and I watched a good 50 episodes. And I'm
Whatever.
like, this is not.
Why would you
good.
start? Why would you start?
Because I just didn't. Even in the beginning, I was like, this is not good. So I'm like,
You know
let
what?
me get
That's
deeper
funny.
into
That's
it.
funny because the first time I ever watched Dragon Ball, and people are gonna hate me for this, is when y'all came over and the Battle of Gods movie had came out, and I had never. Y'all were just at my house and
I
y'all
forgot
all
you
wanted
had
to
never
watch it.
seen it.
And I remember something so funny. The whole time I'm wondering, why is there like an adult Goku and a kid Goku on the same screen? And it was Goten. And y'all weren't getting what I was saying, but it was Goten the whole
That's
time.
a valid question.
No, I
He
really
did.
was
He looked just
confused.
like
I was
Goku.
like really
He looked
confused.
just like Goku.
I was like, what
it was
is
just
going
lazy
on here?
design.
It really, I kind of want to see it. Could have switched up something. But anyway,
He was cute.
yeah, my favorite thing to read is Berserk, except for the fact that it hasn't released a chapter.
What
in
I want to say
year and a
Berserk
half.
because it's the greatest, but like
Yeah.
it's
easily.
never gonna finish.
See, Attack on Titan wants to be Berserk. By the way, Berserk is not something y'all should get into if you're not over 18.
I can't believe you. Attack on Titan is good. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. Look, we're in the last segment.
Yeah, we are.
I'm in the clear.
I got you. Yeah.
I'm in a long stretch.
Yeah, it was good. Sat down for an hour.
You're annoying.
Yeah, I can't wait to have this meeting. So another thing too, now that we're kind of getting out of this virus quarantine situation, what are some of y'all goals to finish out this year that started off so rocky?
Oh man, getting a job.
Yeah.
I quit my job in January for that program.
Mm-hmm.
So that has been, because I mean there are jobs out there. I like to go somewhere I'm going to stay.
Yeah.
You know, not that I don't want to move around, but I want to be somewhere that I'm like I can be comfortable here for a year until I move up to that next level of developing.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for that new job. So I'm trying to find somewhere where I know I can stay here for a year. I can work remote. I can go in. I can be comfortable. So.
And I think that's another great thing for young people to consider is not trying to just get the job. Like, don't look for a dead end type situation. See something you can kind of advance in and grow your career with. Like, we're young homeowners, and we can only did that just by working really hard and staying committed for sure.
Now I'm gonna be 25. We're both gonna be 25 this year.
Spoilers.
I feel like I've been working. I feel like I started working hard as soon as we hit 18. I feel like I started working hard, and now I just want to work smarter.
The great Wilson motto.
Yeah, as I say, I haven't worked hard yet.
I feel like I have legitimately worked hard since we graduated.
You did work hard that one summer where you had basically taken all freshment year over in like one summer.
Yeah, that was like the 1 year I did not have a day off that whole year.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You worked hard.
It just became like clockwork.
Weekend
now,
in Toronto, you was working hard.
I'm about to say, I think the thing is when life gets regimented, it doesn't feel like you're working hard. You want to say that your life is pretty regimented?
I think that's true.
Like you get used to a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what Justin said to me. He was like, I think that you're losing your way right now because you live a pretty regimented life, and that has been just taken away from you.
Yeah, you got to throw off the kilter. Yeah, that's why I'm like hyped to do meetings, because that was one of the things you would even suggested. Like, let's just start getting meetings.
I was like, maybe that'll get me right. And I'm like, hold on, I got to get me right so I can even attend the meeting, be present.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
because you don't want me talking too long.
And when me and him are talking, he's like, I've been talking forever. I'm like, I'm listening.
That's like literally, that's like one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this show, Griff, just because it gives me a chance to talk to people and talk about things and people listen to me. And as I grow the platform, it's just going to be like more and more people talking about how crazy I am.
I really think you need to listen to It's The Real. The host of It's The Real reminds me of you a lot. You need
What's It's The Real?
It's another it's a good podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, they have, just the culture on there. A lot of people have been on there, producers, not even just like people in music or entertainment, but the people managing them, people in like entertainment law, like they have like a range of people on there. It's a really good show.
Real. I'll look into it. I mean, I don't even know if you've ever suggested that to me though, because I've never heard of it before.
But I did, because they had one where
What's
they
the
had.
Host?
Oh, I can't think of their names right now. I know their faces. I'm about to say, yeah, it's a really good show. They had Drika Gates on there, which is Kevin Gates' wife. And
I'm interested now.
No, I mean, if I was pretty sure I was showing you who she was, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be really interesting. And I listened to hers, and I was like, this is a damn good one. Oh, they had Joe Budden on there. And I'm like, how do you get a Potter on your podcast?
That happens. There's some good crossovers.
It was a 2-part episode. Joe Budden's is really good. Because he talks about like what happened with him in Complex in like really good detail.
Yeah.
He talks about everything that's happened like these past couple of years.
Joe Budden is a fried guy.
Yeah, I would actually say listen to his episode. Okay. That'd be probably the best note to start on.
Yeah, I love seeing other show hosts go on other people's shows.
I love Joe Budden's show.
I love Joe Rogan when he goes on other people's shows. He was on because he's had this psychologist, Dr. Jordan Peterson, on his show. I've introduced you to him before. He's been on Joe Rogan's show like a couple of times, and to see Peterson like interview Joe Rogan, it was like a completely backwards thing, and it was so funny because Joe Rogan's like a UFC comic type guy, and Jordan Peterson's like the super intellectual type guy. So he was asking him all type of like academic questions, and it was just I love those dynamics, things that you don't think will work but really work really well.
I need to see that. Did they record it?
Kind of like us. But
need sound effects.
Dude,
you really do.
I gotta get you a sound. We gotta get the sound.
I got keys. I could probably just like put them in here. You probably
could, bro.
You need police sirens too. You need those.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. I remember Jalen on the Brothers Guide podcast. He had like little clap stuff. I would see him just be like, click, clap.
Yeah, we need that.
Because
I'm about to be on here
on the
some
regular.
more.
Regular.
I'm gonna be on. I'm not gonna be on here some more.
I want you to be a regular. But we have because we're about to round this out here. You want to do any closing remarks, Jada? Tell the people, what do you know about Jada? You know Jada.
Yeah, my first day back at work. We got Hunter here recording. My first day back at work.
I wanted to just come behind me, do a little cameo, say what's up to the people, Hunter.
What's up? What's up?
Say what's up.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, he's cool.
Crucial member of the other part of our co. He's done all of our.
Oh yeah, he's done all of our photography.
Well, only that one event he wasn't able to make it, but that's it. All of our lookbooks and our.
It just feels good to be back. I'm ready to get back creating. I'm ready to put some clothing on the streets.
Also, can we do Hunter's quick plug? Where can they find you at, bro? Okay.
You can get on my website,
www.hunterpascal.com.
Yes, sir.
Come on, K-Dog. I want you to flash your shirt, bro.
I have that shirt on under
the CEO. Come on over here, bro.
You might not be in the frame.
I was say, come right here.
Too
bro.
tall.
Yo, what's good?
He's too tall.
Walk into the frame like Wizard
plugs,
Kelly.
The only thing I'm plugging is this driver seat app in the iOS app store. Driver seat MBD.
Oh yeah.
We gotta catch up. He's got the app going. Also, check out his playlist.
Yeah.
Where can you get the playlist, bro?
Apple Music and Spotify.
Apple Music and Spotify.
Driver seat.
Really cool.
You just got it on the App Store. You got it on Android store. Oh man, I don't have an Android anymore, but that sucks for everybody that does.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we're rapping though. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, can't wait to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
So this has been the What Do You Know show. Always question, what do you know? Signing out.
Peace.
Peace signs.
Damn, Hunter, that was so hard.
How you feel now, Jada? there, stay back.